Hello everyone, welcome back to English class. First of all, let me ask you one thing. Have you ever been to a magic show? Have you seen the magicians who have that supernatural magical powers? Okay, now do you wish to have that magical powers? If you have that magical powers, what all things you will do? What all things did a magician need to do that? Yes, mainly the magician's dress. One of the main thing a magician need is a hat. Isn't it? All the magician had a black or any other color hat. And the second thing is a cape. Have you heard the word cape? A piece of cloth that was tied in the neck. And that we can see a long cloth like this, like Superman and Batman had like that cloth, right? That is called as this cape, as you can see in the picture. Okay, so these are the dressing style of a magician. And mostly magician used to do magics using his magical hat. He used to pull up and push out many things from this hat. So today we are going to learn a poem titled as Magic Hat. All of you note down Magic Hat. Okay, so this is the title of the poem, and this poem was written by a famous writer Deepika Davidar. So I repeat the title, Magic Hat, written by Deepika Davidar. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, I'm going to recite the poem. All of you take your textbook, page number 24 and get ready. Lesson 3, Magic Hat. I was at a magic show last Sunday where a man in a sparkly cape pulled rabbits and carrots out of a hat while we sat with our mouth agape. But much later I thought to myself, if I had that marvelous hat, I would pull out chocolates and toy boards and puzzles and a ball and a cricket bat. I would summon up all the days of the week and banish Mondays forever. I would arrange for an extra Saturday with perfect sunny sky weather. I wouldn't be selfish. I would share my luck. I would stand on the street and call to magic-less people walking on by. Wishes granted, come on, come all. I would create a world of magical things, a world where wishes do come true, a world where every boy and girl can be a wish-granting magician too. And this poem was written by Deepika Davidar. Okay, so let's discuss the first two stanzas today. Are you ready? Alright. Magic Hat by Deepika Davidar. I was at a magic show last Sunday where a man in a sparkly cape pulled rabbits and carrots out of a hat while we sat with our mouth agape. So, in this poem, the poet was in a magical show, and the poet was saying that I was at a magic show last Sunday. The poet went to a magic show last Sunday. Last Sunday, the poet went to a magic show, and were a man in a sparkly cape, and a man was doing magics. So, who was doing magic? The person who do magic is called as magician, isn't it? And note down the word sparkly. Sparkly meaning shining. Okay, shining. Okay, sparkly meaning shining. And next word, cape. I already told that cape is a long piece of cloth that was tied in the neck, as like Superman and this Batman used to wear that. And this magician wore a cape in the back side, and we can see his shining dress. Okay, and next line, pulled rabbits and carrots out of a hat. And the poet was saying that the magician had a magical hat with him. Pulled out the rabbit from his magical hat. Pulled out means he took rabbit from his magical hat. And the magician also pulled out some carrots too. And the poet was saying that the magician also had pulled out rabbit and at the same time some carrots too. So that was his magic. He pulled out rabbit, carrot from his magical hat. While we sat with our mouths agape. Note down the word agape. Agape means wide open. All the audience were watching that magical show in a great happiness, in a great curiosity. And the audience mouths agape, their mouths are wide open. They are like amazed by seeing the magical power of that magician. Because the magician was pulling out rabbits and carrots from his magical hat. Then all the audience were amazed by seeing his power, his magical power. Okay, so this is the first stanza. Let me repeat once again. Last Sunday, the poet went to a magical show. And in that magical show, the poet saw a magician who wore a shiny cape, a long piece of cloth that was tied in his neck, as like Superman. Okay, and the magician pulled out rabbits and carrots from his magical hat. And by seeing his magical powers, all the audience were sitting, opening their mouths wide. They were really amazed by seeing his magical powers. Now let's move with the second stanza. But much later I thought to myself, if I had that marvelous hat, I would pull out chocolates and toy birds and puzzles and a ball and a cricket bat. And in the second stanza, the poet was explaining that. The poet was saying that. But much later I thought to myself. The poet thought to himself that. The poet thought that if I had that magical hat, if I had that marvelous hat. Note down the word marvelous. Marvelous means wonderful. Wonderful. And the poet thought that if I had that wonderful hat with me, what will I do? Yes, if I had that wonderful hat with me, what are things I will do? Yes, I would pull out chocolates. So the poet was saying that from this magical hat, if he got this magical wonderful hat with the poet, he will pull out what? He will pull out some chocolates. He will pull out some chocolates. Okay, so note down chocolates and toy bots. Toy bots. Okay, toy bots and puzzles. So the poet was saying that when the poet will get this magical hat, he will definitely pull out some chocolates, some kind of toys from this magical hat. And also some puzzles also. Okay. And a ball and a cricket bat. So the poet was also saying that not only these chocolates and toy bots, but also the poet will also pull out ball and a cricket bat from this magical hat. So he will also pull out this cricket bat and also ball from this magical hat. So all of you note down the things that the poet will pull out from the magical hat. Ball, cricket bat. Okay. So what are things? Chocolates, toy bots, puzzles, ball, cricket bat. So in the second stanza we can see the imagination of poet. The poet was saying that if he got that magical hat, he will pull out these things like chocolates, toy bots, puzzles, ball and a cricket bat. So this is the imagination of the poet. And in the first stanza we discussed that the poet was watching the magical show of that magician. And the magician pulled out rabbit and carrot from this magical hat. isn't it? I hope you all remember that. So this is the first two stanzas of the poem titled as Magic Hat that was written by Deepika Davidar. So let's discuss the remaining stanzas in the next class. Hope this is clear. Thank you. Have a nice day.